Looking at the grand cathedral spires and Renaissance-style squares of Ypres in Belgium, you would never know that this town was razed to the ground during the First World War. Today, it has become a major centre for war tourism. In July this year, the world will commemorate the 100th anniversary of the beginning of the war, and this place is busy preparing for its time in the spotlight.
The town of Ypres will be a hive of activity throughout this commemorative year, and they're expecting to receive around 500,000 visitors. With an influx of tourists that big for local businesses, that means a huge opportunity.
The First World War raged across Europe and the world from 1914 to 1918. Both the German and Allied forces dug in and fought a slow-moving, brutal war from frontline trenches.
Flanders saw some of the heaviest fighting during the war, and millions lost their lives here. This is part of a trench system that stretched all the way from here in Belgium down to the Swiss border.
So this is a German trench built in 1917. It's German because, for instance, of the wattle work, and also the...
Archaeologist Mark de Wilde has been involved in the excavation of trenches in the region, some of which are now open to tourists.
Archaeology brings daily life in the trenches much more than, for instance, in the written material. So with all the finds we have, we really can imagine how they lived.
A pretty grim reality, I imagine.
Yes. If you see the damage done to the trenches by shelling, and if you imagine that there's soldiers standing over there, so you almost experience how life was in these trenches.
Is there a danger, do you think, that it could become over-commercialised, this event?
There's always a danger, I think. It's all about remembrance and so on, respect for the soldiers who died. This should be the focus of this centennial.
Most tourists coming to this region are looking to the past, but in Ypres, the focus is very much on the present and the commercial opportunities that the 100th anniversary will bring. The In Flanders Fields Museum has been refurbished, increasing its exhibition space by 50%. Local hotels are expanding, 20 new B&Bs have opened.
Good morning.
Hello,
How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Oh, gloves off.
And tour operators like Carl Erg are anticipating a major boost.
What we have seen over the last year is a steady increase of visitors. For a very long time it was World War II that overshadowed the First World War. And now it's getting the attention that it really deserves.
Here is a typical souvenir shop where you can see all the cups, the cats, ashtrays with poppies, gin.
For some, however, the idea of making a commercial enterprise based on such a tragic event is disrespectful.
It's amazing what people come up with. Suddenly we see an overload of poppy products and souvenir products that, to me, is a little bit over the top.
But some local shopkeepers believe selling these products can be an act of charity.
We sell the poppies because it's a soft filling of caramel and chocolate, and we do it especially because it's a part of this goes to charity. So that's a strong symbol, and we like to keep it very respectful.
The question is, can this town capitalise on the opportunities the anniversary brings without selling out its important commemorative role? One group believes they've struck this delicate balance. Dressing in First World War uniforms, Jan Verdoet and his group guide tourists around sites of key battles in the area.
People nowadays, they don't know how was a soldier dressed in that way. There are a lot of myths about soldiers, especially young kids come here and want to play Rambo. Then we can show them, no, it was like that. This is his backpack. This is the way he had to cook. He had to feed, to clean his rifle.
The centenary offers a great chance for education, but the line between remembering and exploiting remains blurred. Still, it turns out this is nothing new.
In 1917, you know, Michelin, they already printed a guide of the battlefields. So it's existing as long as the war is existing.